Nee, ich bin einfach irgendwie gigantisch, die Tulpen einfach. Ja, echt so. I think King's Day is coming.
れている、サウルだったわけです。
Oh, I hope you don't have any jealous person chasing you like that.
まあね、皆さんの周りにそういうこう焼きもちを焼く嫉妬心を持っている人。
Hello! Today's Sunday and I literally didn't do much. I was really in a hole of... I don't even know what it was. I was listening to a podcast and a service. I stared at the sky from from the inside and just looked at the clouds passing by. I listened to so much music. I was just unmotivated to get up. I was even unmotivated to eat. I don't know. Eventually I ate and I cooked for 2 hours, I think. But I think cooking is also really meditating. But then I went to my bed again and then I just had to motivate myself or did a little self-care session. I don't know, it brightened up my mood a slightly bit when I did a bit of makeup and put a summery top on. I think I'm a bit sick at the moment of my warm clothes or like just my wardrobe because there's not much new in it, and so I thought I'd wear a summer piece. And I wanted to talk about something that I have also talked about with a friend maybe 2 months ago or something, because she was like, yeah, I think your lifestyle, the way you live, it often looks so inspiring. And I also got like a few comments saying that, and I just wanted to add that often those people think like, oh, what they're doing is not really inspiring, but I think it's important to look at from that point of view, that the things I'm doing are like so boring to me because I'm so used to them. I see my room every day and Utrecht and I'm just used to it. It's like my daily life, and so that means that every person on the earth can be inspiring to me because it's not my lifestyle. So yeah, so maybe you feel like, oh, my life is really not inspiring at all, or I feel like I'm doing such boring things. That's exactly what my thought is as well. But you're not the person who can say that you're not inspiring. Inspiring comes from people around you, like they will say whether you're inspiring, and I bet that nearly every person finds something inspiring about your life because they're not used to the things that you're doing, or there are at least 1 or 2 things that they do differently, because we all do things differently. So yeah, I just think that every person is inspiring in their way. And yeah, so when I watch YouTubers, I also think, oh, they're so inspiring, and I'm not doing things that much that much special than they do. But because they live somewhere else, they find maybe my lifestyle is inspiring because they've never been to the Netherlands or something like that. So I just wanted to say we all are inspiring. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share. But yeah, I'm still always so thankful about YouTube and seeing other people's student lives. For example, I just watched Moya Mawini's vlog, and she's studying in Dublin, and she also cooks a lot of like Asian food, and I see some similarities, and I think it's so fun to see students from all around the world, and that I'm like living in a century where I can get inspired by those people. And I think it's important to focus on the things you get inspired by and not where you feel like, oh my god, I'm like, not consumer content where you feel like so bad afterwards. Also the other day I was saying like, isn't it crazy how we're living in those years? Like these few years are so important to the earth. Like we can take so much action, and we can really can really spread messages just by me putting up my phone and talking. I can tell you guys that everyone is like inspiring. Hey Inga, what are you cooking?
A lot of vegetables with nice potatoes and cauliflower.
Ooh, so healthy.
Happy Koningsdag!
Dankjewel. Yay! We secured the goods.
Below 7. Wieder below 7.
Automotive website, magazines, etc. So you see, it's very specific.
Hello, it is Thursday already. I just had my lecture, and now I thought I would end this vlog by talking a little bit because I asked on Instagram for maybe some questions, because now I'm also always thinking, what do I really talk and what do I want to be my video about, because now it's like bit more people are watching. I'm really hoping to not wasting people's time. So I think when answering questions there should at least be one person who's interested. So I just picked like some of them, and the first one was, how do you take care of yourself and your mental health? I think it's a really important question. I guess everyone is coping with that really differently, and I think I personally really first off like to take a lot of time for myself. For example, like resting. For me it gives me a lot when I just lay down and listen to music. And I think often people say, yeah, just take a bit of time for yourself, but I think taking really an hour or even two, like just doing nothing. It's not doing nothing, just like doing nothing that stresses you out gives me a lot of peace, and I think just a break from your usual tasks. So I think just giving yourself time is something that works good for me. And there I also like to do things for myself and do things alone. For example, going for a walk. but also doing things that challenge myself. So at the end of last week, I went to the skate park for the first time by myself, and I think if you do something just for yourself and trying to go out of your comfort zone, I think that is so valuable, because afterwards you will feel so much energized and so proud of yourself. And I think it's so important to keep on doing things for yourself, because afterwards you really feel like you did something by yourself, and that's why you are happy and feeling good. Lastly, I really like to write feelings or things down. Maybe that's not for everyone, but I don't do it really regularly, but I think often really helps me to dump in all of my thoughts and emotions, because if you feel a certain kind of way, it really helps me to think like, why do I feel like that? And is that, is there something that I can change about it? Because as you're like writing down, I think a lot of things get clear in your head, because I think seeing things visual helps me personally a lot, because I think I'm really a visual person. So yeah, like writing down is something I value a lot. Then one question was like, what to do if you're insecure with yourself? And I can also kind of connect it to the question with, are you religious, and did you grow up with religion? Because I am religious, I'm Christian. I guess like people who have watched some of my videos, you can like sometimes like pop up things how I do my devotions. And I don't know if you can say I grew up with religion. So I went to church since I was like little, but I really am really believing or living out my faith, I guess, since like after school, like I think 2 or 3 years now. So my parents are not that much religious, so it's not like out of the family, I would say, but I have always been connected to church since nearly all of my friends I met through church, or most of them at least, and I went to like camps, and so I connected it to the question what to do if you're insecure with yourself, because I personally as a Christian say that I remind myself what my worth is, and that my worth lies in Jesus Christ. And so I personally try to remember that, and like the scripture, and that whatever circumstance or like experience I'm going through, Christ is with me. And so that is something that I personally try to remind myself, and gives me like the strength, and it also gives me courage to face some situations, I would say. But I think in another video I also kind of explained that Christians also have like ups and downs, and if you're Christian, you also obviously are in a high of your religion all of the time, so there are definitely also other ways. Yeah, I find it hard to answer the question, because it really depends on what are you like in specific insecure about yourself. Is it your appearance, or is it your values or your personality? So in general, I think just try to once like writing down and formulate what you're specifically insecure about, and I bet that only with formulating you will kind of see maybe what the main problem is. At least I would do that, and I did that. So I think for me it's still writing down. Then I got some questions about like what are my favorite books. I have to say I'm not that consistent with reading books. I got some like Christian books, but I haven't like gone through all of them. But at the moment I'm really enjoying books that are kind of like children books. And I actually researched, and you can also listen to them on Spotify, which the first one is Momo by Michael Ende. This has like a really nostalgic memory to me, because in like primary school we had like this reading contest, and I actually read Momo that time. And so yeah, you can listen to that on Spotify if you don't have the book. I'm not sure if it's translated in a lot of languages, but yeah. And then the second one is The Little Prince, and that one as well you can listen to Spotify. So maybe if you need something chill or just while walking or something, maybe you can try that out. And then some people ask like, what are my favorite movies? I think that's such a different question as well. But I watched Seaspiracy the other day. I mean, I would not say it's like my favorite movie. It's also a documentary, but I can like suggest it to anyone. Yeah, it's really eye-opening. I think that's the right word for it. So if you have not watched Seaspiracy, I can recommend that. And then one that is like really something totally different is I think I really like the movie Becoming Jane. It's about the author Jane Austen, and yeah, it's just a really beautiful movie, and I like the music and the scenery, so if you have not watched it, you can check that out. And I think I will leave it for now with those questions, but thank you so much for asking those questions, and in general that you watch this video, and I hope you're doing good, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!